Are you awake? Are you feeling good now? I hope you're feeling good now. All right, I'm going to get right to it because I know there's some very important people here that want to speak to you. So, the first people that I am going to bring out, you know them, you love them. Show your love for Jason and Elisa with EECC Travels. Come on down, you're the next contestant on the cruiser, is right? Take your seat there, baby. Now we're going to keep that applause going for the one, the only, the lovely Sharon and Jamie with Sharon at Sea, ladies and gentlemen. Folks, show your love for the man, the myth, the Locador legend. Give it up for Tony B. There he is. And folks, if there's Tony, there's also going to be another amazing YouTube legend. Show your love for Don with Don's Family Vacations. Look at that, Don, just the way it was supposed to be. Now, folks, this chair is for me. My name is Josh with Cruise with Josh. I'm so excited to be out here with you today. Helping us out in the audience is going to be Mr. himself, John. John, take it away, my friend.
So, you know, before we get started with this, I just have to say, I'm looking around this room and I'm seeing all these people. And, like, I can't help but notice, like, the community that all of you guys have helped build. And, I mean, this is freaking awesome, y'all. Right?
Who actually originally thought of this idea, and how did it become what it is?
I guess I will take credit for that one. I think a lot of people probably had this idea in the back of their head, but I just one day said, you know, why don't we get everybody together and do one big group cruise with everybody? And we've got so many great creators on board with us.
When did y'all each start your channels, if you mind me asking?
Okay, I'll start. We started January 2016.
Actually, our first video was October, I believe, 2016.
We started April 2017.
April 2017.
I think mine was like 2015, maybe. Was it April of 2015? Yeah, April of 2015. I was 3 years old.
As far as the start, none of us ever thought that would last as long as it did, and I think everybody was just ready to cruise again. I think all of us were on one of the first cruises back, and so we were just ready to go. As soon as the CDC said we're on, we were on, so we were ready for it.
It's like, you know, we always thought it would come back. We just didn't know when, right? Like everything else in life, it was so in turmoil at that time. But, you know, to what Jamie's saying, it's like for us, we were just sitting alone, isolated too. And so the ability to make something and connect, you know, whenever we could, it was awesome. So thank you guys. As much as you've said thanks to us, thank you guys for being out there and watching what we were doing while we were, you know, in the same boat, just kind of locked down. So yeah, we knew it was coming back. It's just we didn't know when, and so. But yeah, I can't thank you guys enough for being there for us, so that we could, you know, stay connected to life and this cruise life that we love. So appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you.
All right, I'll follow that. A couple of us during the start up of the pandemic there to shut down, we decided to do the brilliant thing of going daily. Yeah. 700 episodes later. But truly, everyone here, it was great that everyone stuck with us during that time to find out all the info. And we got so many people called us and gave us information inside. So much so that some of the VPs from some cruise lines were calling me to find out what was going on with their own cruise line. Because the insiders were getting to us before they would get to them. And the crew members were amazing during that time. And we felt so bad that they were off work all that time. So I'm glad to see they're all back. And we're back.
Probably the number one thing that I get is, thank you so much for your silly live streams helping us through the pandemic, where I did, goodness gracious, couples yoga in my living room where I'm balancing. Matter of fact, Tony, do you want to try some couples? I tell you, just get up here and we'll, all right, you ready? Yep, now just now easy does it now. Now easy does it. Wait a minute. This is the... I feel abused. But it's silly stuff like that, like Tony was saying, it was just as much therapy for us as it was for you guys, and it was a great way for us to, kind of forget about all the bad in the world at that moment. And I think that was the greatest thing about it, is that at the end of the day, when you're watching that live stream, we all took a moment and paused and said, you know what, right now life is good. These guys are great to watch, they're great to talk to. I feel like they're my family, and we feel like you're ours. So thank you guys. My most embarrassing cruise moment probably would be when I was doing the wobble on a mega deck party on a Carnival cruise, and the deck was slippery, and I went to jump forward, and I kept right on going forward. And I think it was a group cruise, so there was like 25 cameras on that. There's either that or the time that I went rogue on some towel animals after one too many drinks, but we won't talk about that.
There's too many to list. So I'm going to go with the very first time I ever did the Yes No game show. And my nephew Mark, if anyone ever saw his video when he was on with me, he lasted 3 seconds.
You lasted 2.
Your name's Mark, right? Yes! So I was making fun of him for like 7 months, and then I did my first 11 seconds. So yeah, didn't put my mouth where my money was.
Yeah, for me, it had to be like maybe the second cruise or something like that. I love to nap. Like, I think naps should be a lifestyle, so I nap every day. Nap every day, it'll change your life. I feel way much more productive. But so I took like one of my first or second cruise naps. I think it was on the Carnival Liberty, and I didn't know you're supposed to put the "Do Not Disturb" sign when you're taking a midday nap. And so I was just, I was just in my underpants, right, and laying on top of the sheets there. And I think they delivered room service, and I was like, oh, they'll just walk right in the room. So that was the most embarrassing thing. And you quickly, that was one of those teachable moments, as I like to say. I'm very familiar with the privacy sign now, so, but yeah, that was it for me.
I have a little bit of an alter ego that will appear a little bit later on in the evening. And somehow, in a video a while ago, I went from Jamie to Jimmy. And Jimmy comes out late at night, and some people say, is Jimmy coming out tonight? And what's Jimmy doing? And are we gonna have a Jimmy sighting? But one person that doesn't really like to see Jimmy is Sharon. And she literally will say to me, hey, on this cruise, Jimmy's not coming. So I guess just there could be many Jimmy nights where you're just going, you hit the wall, and then you find yourself napping in the middle of a group of 8 or 10 of your friends for a minute. That's probably it.
One is when, maybe you were kind of Jimmy, but this was one of our first cruises. We were sitting in the main dining room, our first night at dinner, and I had a purse with me, and it was a brand new purse, and a whole glass of wine got spilled by Jimmy all over my purse.
But mine is pretty rough. It was on the Carnival Vista, and they pulled me in a lineup. What was the cruise director? Matt Mitchum. To do the YMCA, and I ripped my shirt off in the middle of it and threw it somewhere, and it was my favorite shirt, and I really miss that shirt till this day. That was quite embarrassing because a lot of people filmed that, sent that to me, and showed me. Very embarrassing.
Right, because like everybody said, if you guys didn't care about us and want to meet us, then it wouldn't matter. So it's we've had some things though, like we've had people show up at the house, just knock on the door, I got recognized in a Ralph's, which is a grocery store in Long Beach, California. The cashier recognized me, right? So it's a cruising city. I figure that makes sense. I got recognized during the pandemic with my mask on, just from the voice, in a FedEx place. And then when I was in a casino in Las Vegas, I got approached by like a really, kind of a stern-looking fellow, and I thought I'd done something wrong at the casino. He was like the head of casino operations. He watched the show, so that was kind of cool. The weirdest thing, and it still makes me uncomfortable to this day, so we moved back to my wife's old hometown where my mother-in-law lives. The first time we're in Walmart, this guy approaches us and he's like, "Oh my gosh, it's Tony and Jenny from La Lita Loca." It's like, really? We just got into town. And well, the cool thing is he's here today. This is Mike, and he lives very close to us, and he's never just showed up at the house. So it's really wild. Yeah, so it's odd, because there's just so many people. You asked about safety concerns. I mean, you think about it in the back of your mind when you're getting approached by a stranger, whether it's going to be something good or something bad. And, it's good, but it does put you, like, somebody shows up at your house a couple times, you get a little like, wow, what's going on here? So it's, and I wouldn't trade any of it for that, right? It's like, it's just something that you have to learn to deal with, but so that's why sometimes on the video it'll say stuff like, "Hey, don't come to my house." I'd love to meet you, but meet me out in the middle of the cruise ship. Don't come to the room or something like that. So it's, but yeah, it's part and parcel. And again, I wouldn't. The good far outweighs the challenges. So it's and I got to know Mike, so it's good.
Good morning.
We have already started our day, actually.
For quite a few hours.
We got our coffee early.
Mm-hmm.
They had a Q&A session at 8 o'clock, I guess it was.
Yeah.
Because that's the only time they could get the theater, but that was fun.
It was good to
interesting.
see, like, they're all just so down to earth and just people and
friends with each other.
Yeah, and they just took questions from the audience, and it was good. It was funny. They're all, like, humorous. You can totally tell
and
why
humble.
you can see why they have so many followers and why they do so great in their channel.
Yeah. So last night, after we filmed our last video, we just went wandering around.
We actually got back out.
And ran into nautical nurse Nancy.
Uh-huh.
We could hear her from a mile away.
Uh-huh.
But we helped her collect some Grey Goose.
It was a little project she had going on.
She kept ordering double shots so she could fill up her bottle so she could make Jell-O shots back at her room.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so there were several of us around there, so we all just ordered a double shot under the guise that we were all going to do shots, but we just poured it into her container. So hopefully she got enough to make her Jell-O shots in the ice bucket.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty funny.
And then after that, just in the atrium there, Dawn, Tony, who was it, Corey from Midships, all just kind of chilling. So Becca's like, well, let's go sit with them. And I'm like, we can't do that.
He's the type of guy that's like, I don't want to impose. And I'm like, they're just hanging out like they're people. And so we just pulled up a chair.
Becca
And they even
just
said this morning, they were like, always come say hi. Always. We will always make time for you guys because they wouldn't be where they are if it wasn't for people like us watching them.
And they're all just very nice people.
Yeah.
So yeah, we sat down, we talked, we got to chat with Tony for about 15, 20 minutes and just listened to some of their stories, and it was a good
fun.
time.
It was interesting and just very relaxed, and
I was glad that we didn't do our norm and just like crash at 9 o'clock. Yeah. So yeah, it was a fun night.
Party animals this cruise.
Yeah, this is going to be crazy. We're going to need a week to just to recover our sleep, I think.
Probably.
But yeah, it's going to be a full day. We've got a tech talk thing that Becca's super interested in.
Not going.
That I'll be going to.
We're going to deliver our gifts for our gift exchange.
We still haven't had breakfast yet.
We haven't even had breakfast.
So we're probably going to do that and have round 2 of coffee.
Yep.
And
it is going to be a very full day.
Yeah.
So we're excited and ready to go.
And of course, we'll bring you along with us.
So cheesy.
Come along.
And of course, y'all are coming too.
You guys are our friends.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
What just happened?
Well, come back. Come say hi. Come say hi. She was just walking by.
Oh. We are at Oceans.
Oceans.
We were going to the Manhattan room.
Oh my gosh, the crew is so funny.
Yes.
Did you see him? He just did his muscle.
Video bomb.
Do it again.
Yeah, there.
So comparatively speaking, the crew on this ship
Way better.
1,000 times better than it was our first time on this ship. So they're so much fun, and they're genuinely having fun.
Yeah.
So it's great.
So yeah, we started off the day. We were going to go to the MDR main dining room, as it were, for breakfast, and they were already closed.
Closed at 9:30.
Yeah, we didn't know that, but I guess we didn't do our homework. So then we went up to the buffet and had some breakfast, and now we're at Sheehan's for breakfast.
We didn't have very much upstairs.
Yeah, we're just having omelets here and some coffee. But we did just find out, so there's a Starbucks on this ship now, and we thought that we were still going to be able to get like specialty coffees, you know,
like
just at a normal. Yeah, but apparently Starbucks is the only game in town. So, and it is not included in our drinks package. So,
but you can upgrade for $29 a day.
Yeah.
And it includes all your Starbucks.
But I don't think we're going to drink that much Starbucks. So
I don't know.
Maybe. We'll see how it goes. All right, we'll catch up with you guys later.
Bye.
Okay, Becca, what are we doing?
We are going to deliver some of our gift exchange gifts, nifty gifts.
So we've got the room number and people's names. We've got them labeled on a little tag there. And we're just gonna drop them by the door.
I would like to introduce is my right hand, the staff captain, second in command, and he is as always just waiting for me to get a heart attack and die. Thank you.
Some of the first people that we saw, and it would give you this drone type shot. Now the interesting thing with the 360 camera is it's not as easy. It's the easiest camera to use. You turn it on and you stick it on a stick and it captures everything. But the challenge is to get usable footage or footage that you like, you have to jump into the editing software and you're framing every shot that you're going to use.
I'm here at the Manhattan dining room. Becca has a migraine, so unfortunately she's not going to be able to join us, but my friend Rob is here.
I'm just as pretty, if not prettier.
He's a little nicer to me. Don't tell Becca I said that. But no, hopefully she starts feeling better soon. So we're just gonna enjoy a meal here. We're right at the after the ship, so looking forward. This is our first meal in the main dining room, so looking forward to it, and I'll let you know what we think of it. This is the smoked mozzarella ravioli. It looks amazing.
is, but tasty food.
The ravioli was as good as it looked, and now I'm ready for the bacon and bourbon glazed chicken breast. The chicken breast was very good. And for dessert, we have the Boston cream pie. Looking forward to that. About 11:15. I just got back from Burn the Floor. It was a good show. Unfortunately, Norwegian does not allow videotaping or pictures in their shows, so I wasn't able to bring you any footage, but it was a very good show. It was ballroom dancing theme with a modern twist, had a lot of variety of songs and outfits and dances, and I would recommend it. It's a good show. Unfortunately, Becca's not feeling too good still. She just had a real bad headache today, so I'm hoping by tomorrow it's going to be better and she'll be able to enjoy our day in Costa Maya. So it's been a full day, another full day. We got to go to the Q&A this morning with hosts of the cruise. I also went to Tech Talk, which I didn't film very much of it because I figure probably most of you aren't real interested in that aspect. So to me, that was extremely interesting, and I picked up a lot of good tips from Tony, Josh, Jason, and Jamie. This is a very, very interesting talk that they gave, and got another Q&A tomorrow, which should be good. And I guess they're gonna have a few different vloggers. I know Pear DJ, I think, is gonna be there tomorrow. So I also got to meet Jared and Jordan of JJ Cruise today for the first time. And gosh, those guys are so nice. It's just like I was watching one of their videos, but they're so friendly. And it was great to finally get to meet them in person. We've got an excursion tomorrow. I believe we're gonna do some snorkeling. So we're looking forward to that. I'm ready to hit the hay and get rested up. We'll see you guys tomorrow.